I will go over the prime numbers and fraction. This is what you will learn after the end of the video. You will be able to identify the prime numbers. You will be able to write the numbers in a prime factor form. You will also be able to write the fractions into the lowest term. And you will also be able to change improper fraction into mixed and mixed into improper. Let's first begin with understanding what the factors are. Here's an example. Number 8. If you try to break it down 8, you can write 8 as 1 times 8 and 2 times 4. All these numbers which I try to break it down, my 8 are called the factors of 8. Also, if I try to divide these numbers into 8, it will go evenly with the remainder of 0. Here's another example of number 20. You can write 20 as 1 times 20, 2 times 10, 4 times 5, and all these numbers makes the factors of 20. 13 has only 2 factors, the 1 and 13. 31 is the same way, 1 times 31. Any number can be always broken down with the two factors, the number itself and the 1. So based on any number, how many factors they have, we put them into different category. These are the 3 types that will put the numbers in. Prime numbers, composite numbers, and neither. Prime numbers are the numbers which has exactly 2 factors. Composite numbers are the numbers which has more than 2 factors. Neither is only one number, and that is number 1. From previous slide, we saw that number 13 and 31, both of them have exactly 2 numbers, and therefore 13 and 31 are considered prime. 8 and 20 has more than 2 factors. 8 has 4 factors and 20 has 6 factors. So 8 and 20 goes both into composite. Number 1 doesn't have 2 factors, or it doesn't have more than 2 factors, and therefore it will belong to a neither category. You can pause the video now here and try to practice some on your own, identifying the numbers at prime, composite, and neither. When you're ready, you can begin the video again. Here's the solution. Hopefully, you got them all right. Let's begin now how to write the number in a prime factorization. Always write the first few prime numbers before you start breaking down into prime factorization. So I have listed few prime numbers up there, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 11. We're going to begin with the number 24. If you see the number 24, all the different factors come to your mind. You can break it down 2 times 12 as a 24, 3 times 8 as a 24, and 4 times 6 as a 24. It doesn't really matter how you begin. I will begin here with 6 times 4. Now 6 and 4 both are not in my prime list, meaning I have to break them further down. 6, I'm going to break it down as 2 and 3, and I put them the circle on it because both the numbers are prime, meaning I will not break them furthermore. 4, I'll break it down as 2 times 2. 2 is a prime number, and therefore I'm going to put the circle on it. 24 is when you break it down 24 using a prime factorization, there is only one way, and that combination is 3 2s and 1 3. There is no other way you can break it down 24 beside this combination. Even if I try to break it down 24 differently in my next slide, we will see that we will still come up with the same result. This time I'm going to break it down 24 as 8 times 3. So in this case, 3 is already prime, as you can see up in the list. Put the circle on it, and we'll try to break it down 8 furthermore. 8 will be 2 times 4 or 4 times 2. 2 is a prime, circle it, break it down 4 furthermore as 2 times 2. Put the circle on both the 2's as both of them are prime. And once again, if you see that the answer we got from the previous slide, it stays the same. We still have 3 2's and 1 3. If you want to try again on your own, breaking down 24 using the pair of 2 and 12, please do so. And you can just confirm the same answer. I will take a new example to practice one more. We will try to break it down 525. You can pause the video and try on your own first before you try to see the solution. Now 525, you can try to divide by 3, 5, doesn't matter how you begin. I'm going to divide 525 by 5. So once I divide 525 by 5, I'm getting 105. 5 is a prime number. I'll put the circle on it, meaning I will not break it down furthermore. 105, again, I will divide by 5. If I divide 105 by 5, I'm getting 21. 21 is not a prime, so again, you have to break it down. 21, I will factor as 3 times 7 or 7 times 3. Either case, both of them are prime. So now you stop. So you see that the combination that 525 has, it's a unique combination of 1 3, 2 5s, and 1 7. There is no other combination possible with 525. So hopefully you can try some more examples on your own to understand the prime factorization furthermore. I'm going to move on now to show you how to write the fraction in the lowest term, or reducing fraction, or simplifying fraction. Let's first understand what do I mean by lowest term. You can see here 3 different kind of pizza with number of slices are different. In the first pizza, I have only 2 slices. In the middle pizza, I have 4 slices. And in the last one, I have 8 slices. If I'm only eating the cheese in the first pizza, out of the 2 slices, I will eat the 1. So that's how I represent my fraction. Out of the 2 slices, I'm only eating 1. In the middle one, if I'm eating the same amount of pizza, now I have 4 slices and I'm going to eat 2. So my fraction will become 2 over 4. In the third pizza, if I'm still eating the same amount, out of the 8 slices, I will eat 4 now. So my fraction will become 4 over 8. All these 3 numbers are exactly same, it's just they look different. 1/2 is the only one which shows the lowest term. The reason is you cannot divide 1 over 2 beside any number except 1. 2 over 4 is not a lowest term because both the numbers can be divisible by 2. 4 over 8 is not in the lowest term because you can divide both the numbers either by 2 or 4. Let's practice some fractions writing in the lowest term. Here's our first example, 18 over 12. 18 over 12, you can try different numbers. You can try dividing both the numbers by 2. You can try dividing both the numbers by 3. Or you can try dividing both the numbers by 6. The higher the number, the less steps you will see for your final answer. I will divide both the numbers by 6. So when I divide 18 by 6, and if I divide 12 by 6, I'm going to get 3 over 2. 3 over 2 is in the lowest term. Nothing can go except 1. Let's try another example. 35 over 42. You have to think of a number which can go into 35 and 42 at the same time. The number which comes to my mind is the number 7. So you have to make sure whatever number you pick, it has to be the same number top and the bottom. 35 divided by 7 will give me 5. 42 divided by 7 will give me 6. And therefore, 5 over 6 is the lowest term for 35 over 42. Now you can try 120 over 72 on your own. You can pause the video. When you have your answer, come back. Now 120 over 72, you can try breaking down with the different numbers. You can start dividing by 2, by 3, by 6, and there's so more possibilities with this number. The higher the number, as I said earlier, it will be better. So I will start dividing both these numbers by 12. So if I divide 120 by 12, I'm going to get 10. And if I divide 72 by 12, I'm going to get 6. But in this case, I cannot stop here. I need to go further more because 10 and 6 both can be divisible by 2. So this is not a lowest term yet. I'll go furthermore and divide 10 over 6 by 2. 10 divided by 2 will give me 5, and 6 divided by 2 will give me 3. So 5 over 3 is your lowest term and your final answer. Hopefully you understand how to reduce fraction. For practice, try more fractions and reduce them more. Let's talk about 3 different types of fraction. The first one is a proper fraction. Anytime when the numerator is smaller than the denominator in a fraction, we call that as a proper fraction. In terms of money, the value will be less than $1. It will be only a change. Here are some examples. 3 over 4, 11 over 20, and 45 over 167. 3 over 4, for instance, if you change into the decimal, it will be 0.75, which represents 75 cents. Of course, that is less than $1. So any of these fractions, if you put them in a calculator, try to get a decimal, it will be less than $1. Improper fraction is our second one. Whenever your numerator is bigger than the denominator, we call it as improper fraction. In this case, it's only a change, but it's more than $1. Here are the example. 13 over 4, 45 over 34, 645 over 167. So if you put them in the calculator, you're probably going to see something like 4.75, 8.12, meaning they're always more than $1. So it's only a change, but we're not able to see how many dollar bills are hidden for improper fraction. The third type is called the mixed fraction. And here you can see the dollar bills clearly. That represents the whole number. And then you will have also a change represented by proper fraction. Here are some examples. 5 and 3/4, 9 and 11 over 20, 567 and 445 over 167. So here you can easily see the $5 and 3/4, which was 75 cents. So mixed fraction shows the dollar bills clearly and then the change. In the next slide, we will learn how to change improper into mixed fraction and mixed fraction into improper. Let's first change improper to mixed. Here's our first example, 19 over 7. So first thing you want to do is you want to keep this 7 as is. And you want to try to divide 7 into 19. 7 goes into 19 twice. And 7 times 2 is 14. So 19 minus 14 you subtract, and that's going to be your numerator. That will be 5. Sorry about that. It's 2 and 5/7. Okay, so what I did, first you bring down the 7 as is. 7 goes into 19 twice. That's 14. 19 minus 14 will give you 5. Let's try another example, 27/4. So first of all, I'm going to write the 4 as is. And I will try to divide 4 into 27. 4 goes 6 times in 27, and that's going to be 24. So 27 minus 24 will give you 3. So the final answer is 6 3/4. That's the mixed number for 27/4. Let's change mixed to improper. Here's the example, 5 and 6/7. I'll write down the steps on the bottom so it's easy for you to follow. First, you want to multiply 5 and 7 to get 35. And then you will add 6 to the 35, that equals 41. 41 will become your numerator, and you're going to keep the denominator 7 as is. So mixed number changed to improper will equal to 41/7. Let's try another example. 15 and 2/3. Let's look at the steps again. Multiply 15 and 3 first to get the 45. Add 45 to 2 to get the 47. 47 will become my numerator and leave the 3 in the denominator as is. So the improper fraction for 15 and 2/3 will be 47/3. So that finishes the video for today. And hopefully, if you need to repeat this again, you can.